Could we have another WannaCry type worm on the way?
So Jim, I think you have an interesting story about a brand new vulnerability, something to do with blue. Hope it's not Eternal Blue.
Yeah, well, it could be as bad as Eternal Blue.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this one is last month on patch day, Microsoft released a patch for a vulnerability in the remote desktop services and WinRM. And the folks who rate these things gave it a CVSS score of 9.8.
Wow.
Which is pretty darn high. The big issue with this one is that the exploit is wormable.
If a capable adversary was able to exploit it, they could make a virus that can spread very quickly to a lot of devices. And we had made a lot of comparisons about the similarity to WannaCry and how quickly that spread because it was a wormable vulnerability as well.
And back in 2017 with Eternal Blue and WannaCry, it was a good 2 or 3 months after the vulnerability was patched before it started spreading, but there were still so many unpatched systems that it still was a huge impact to a lot of organizations. And that's what Microsoft is really getting at with this one, is everybody needs to be patching this vulnerability. Microsoft actually went to the effort of releasing patches for Windows XP, wow, Windows 7, Server 2003, I think.
I think the way Microsoft is handling it sort of shows us the sort of criticality of it, that they're releasing patches for OSs very far back, unsupported operating systems.
The folks that Preempt are the ones that found it, and they actually found it last August and reported it to Microsoft, and it has taken Microsoft 8-9 months to get a working patch out there. And I am aware of a number of people who have reverse engineered the patch and created exploits that they're sitting on right now. They haven't released the proof of concept yet, even though the patch is out, to give time for people to patch it, because this one could be really nasty.
So Jim, you said that the sort of rumor mill says that the exploits are waiting on more prominent distribution of the patches. You think the
research? I know a number of researchers who are sitting on exploits, waiting for the patches to be more widespread. Okay. They don't want to give the bad guys a leg up.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think one important thing about the patching of the systems, I think during WannaCry, a lot of people learned that there are non-traditional like Windows operating deployments out there. For example, there's all these devices, they're kind of like the old school IoT devices, but they're running like a Windows subsystem. So like room scheduling devices, right, or different like billboards, even at airports that might have Windows running underneath. So sometimes those intentionally expose 3389 RDP so that an administrator can log in and do something there. So for those systems, they might not be set up to do patching the way that some of these desktops these days are set up. So I think most users, like with modern operating systems of Windows, like Windows 10, Windows 8, 7, they'll probably be protected because they most likely have automated patching turned on. So they'll probably be okay. But it's going to be these other systems, kind of like on the underlying infrastructure, that probably will experience some sort of a problem, if it comes to...
Yeah, exactly. The kiosks, the point of sale terminals, those are the ones that are a big concern. Yes. Absolutely.
So we'll have to wait for 2 or 3 months to figure out what happened, if everything got patched or not.
Yep, keep our eye on it. Consider all your assets, anything with Windows at this point, and make sure it all gets patched.